And the town's the big lord.
We're out here at the Bishop Vining Memorial Church ground, and right here we have a lot of beautiful people, male, female.
To work against rape. Rape is not just sexual abuse, it's also stealing people's potential. It's something that it needs to be frowned against nationwide and worldwide. It's not something that is normal. It has a psychological effect, the emotional effect, and the effect of rape is long-lasting on the victims. So stay tuned and make sure that you do not rape anybody.
Today we're here at the Walk Against Rape convention, and we're walking from Archbishop Vining. The theme of today is engaging the youth and educating them on rape.
It's painful what a lot of people go through. You're being raped and you become the victim, and you have no right to talk because you are shy. So we're just here to, just work and talk and make awareness, let people know that, okay, you can actually come out to speak, and we need to, curb the crime in the society, because we get a lot of reports every day about it. It's hurtful.
This walk today is extremely important to me personally, because I've had members of my group speak to me about the ugly experiences they've had being sexually assaulted. And I feel responsible in the sense that I have to be a voice to speak against this ugly act.
It's an act that is actually injurious to the human soul, and it's a crime, and it needs to be dealt with.
We don't want rape. No means no. Good. We don't want rape. No means no. 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 We don't want rape.
I think it's a topic that needs to be brought to the forefront of our collective consciousness, and that's why I'm supporting.
The same way the responsibility is on me, the same way the responsibility is on each one of us, because we have mothers, we have sisters, we have daughters, we have nieces, we have cousins who go through this ugly experience. And we cannot continue to keep quiet and allow this menace to continue in our society.
Rape is wrong. Some people with placards go to the front. Placards go to the front. Placards go to the front.
The time to act is now. Don't wait. Speak up. Rape is illegal.
The issue of molestation and incest is something that really disturbs me, because how do you get raped by people that are supposed to protect you? For those who are victims of this situation, I would say seek help. Do not hide, do not cover up for people. Make sure that you come out and seek help from professional counselors and therapists, because it's not just the spiritual angle of it. You have to also think about your psychological effect, so that your life will not be based on the rape alone, but you can have a good life even after the abuse.
Short skirt is not consent. Short skirt is not consent. Silence, not consent. No means no. 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 No means no.
Abeg, bro, if they sleep, abeg, no give her from back. Abeg, if she no dey conscious, abeg, no give her from back. Abeg, we dey beg. Abeg, bros, abeg we dey beg. If the control you tight, abeg, drink water. Enter bedroom bath, abeg, you go calm down. Abeg, I dey beg. Abeg, and all our teachers for school, abeg. All the biscuits wey dey buy for our children, abeg, make you stop am. Abeg. And our mothers, please pay attention. Pay attention to your girls. Pay attention. If the pikin don dey ask money, abeg, make you call am, ask am wetin dey happen. Abeg, we dey beg. Abeg, the boys like that, abeg, we dey beg. Abeg, any form of sexual abuse is a crime, please. We say no to it. Together we work against rape. Together we stand to say no to rape. Together we say no to rape. Now and forever. We will continue to do this. We will continue to bend our voices. It's a non-stop exercise. Please. Thank you. You can join the work. Let's move. Come on, alcohol. This one is gonna beg you. Beg. Now beg in a voice. Now beg and beg. Thank you.
No means no. No means no. No means no. No means no. There's no mistake. No be mistake. If she hide, you hide. Free am. Leave her alone. Leave him alone. No means no. No means no. No cajoling. No begging. No is no. Short skirt is not consent. Short skirt is not consent. No means no. Say no to rape. No means no. Say no to rape. No means
The
no.
general idea behind this, and actually, taking this walk and publicizing it and promoting it, is to eliminate this whole thing about, stigmatization of rape victims, of the blame culture that we currently have in Nigeria, where if you report it, the first instinct is for people to apportion blame to the victim. So being able to bring a lot of young people out here today and just show them that, there is a body that supports them, there are people who support what they're doing, is very, very important in ensuring that people do actually come out to speak up and, prosecute, report these issues, prosecute them, and let's start seeing perpetrators, put in jail?
For the police, I think even they need to be educated about how to care for people who are raped. The rape is not a problem of the victim. It's a problem with the perpetrator. It has nothing to do with the victim. I will say that again. It has everything to do with the perpetrator. You can cover your head, cover every part of your body and still be raped. It has nothing to do with what you wear. It has nothing to do with where you go to. There are people who have been raped in India in buses in front of other people. So it has nothing to do with location. It has everything to do with the perpetrator. So I think probably those who help police with training and all of that should do good by letting them know what constitutes rape and do not blame the victims for the offense.
When I say no, I mean no. I am not pretending. I am not practicing. My body is my body. I am not beautiful for the whole world. I said I don't want to do. I do not want to do. I am not dressing up for you. I want to dress the way I want to dress up. I'm not dressing up because I want to please you. When I say no, it is no. Now listen, because you are my boss, you put me under the condition that you put me under the condition for me to stay in this work. I must sleep with you. It is a no. As long as I am qualified to do my job, you cannot sexually harass me. As long as I am qualified to do my job, you cannot give me the condition that unless I open my legs, you will not give me the job. My Oga pasa, my Oga at the top. No means no. Uncle in the neighborhood, next door neighbor, to go and buy soup, to go and buy something. Uncle, they're not sending me to go and buy sweet for an opportunity for you to touch me. I am a girl, I'm growing up. Be an uncle, protect me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. No means no. No means no. No means no. Don't carry me and put on your legs. So. Don't carry me and say you want to hug me. Don't hug me. I don't need your hug for survival. Nursery school teacher. Nursery school teacher. Don't buy me lunch. Uncle Papa. Uncle Papa. You go to serve in the village. You are using your grammar to deceive the girls. Hey, you pass my head. Uncle, no is no. Other pastor, somebody shout hallelujah. Don't pray for me. And the prophet shall touch me. No. My miracle does not come from you. My miracle comes from God. You don't need a special anointing to touch my breast. I don't need special anointing to touch my legs. A pastor, no, peace, no. Afa, Imam, I don't want you to do prayer for you. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't come and ask me. No. Don't molest people. Don't molest people now. Oga, madam, because your husband is not at home, you take advantage of the driver and the houseboy. Women rape men too. Women rape men too. When a man says no, he's no. I cannot only your pikin. You go go keep quiet. You go tell make you keep quiet. Madam, we go sentence you. You be corporate. No crime. No mean. Lecturer. Okay, lecturer. I go give you A1. I go give you A2. Eh? Make I just touch small. Na lie. No mean. I dey speak for now. Correct. Rape na rape. Even if na make I just touch the head. Na lie na rape. Oh. So no means no. One. Mete yeka. Move pangutero. Bebo nama nama. Bebo yo yo. Who took me? Who took me? Mete yeka. Bebo sonda in the tampuko. Bebo sonda in the tampuko. Si chake forward. Go. Pangalian mo. No pasta. Pangalian mo. You pangalian mo. Ako nama. Tira kong pa by force. Tira kong pa by fire by force. Ang nama. Ang nama. Ano? Mommy. You don't like this place. They pain me. Pangutang listen. Pangutang listen. Pangutang listen. Oh. Ano very very important something. Ano very very important something. Don't neglect your child. Don't neglect your pikin. For me, I don't serious matter. Oh. I don't serious matter. Si te me quisien, y no compreo, y no compreo. Pero yo, como fuego yo, nada más me pago todo esto, nada más. Mommy and daddy, I beg, oh beg, we beg you, listen to your children, listen to your children. No, don't leave us like that, don't leave us like that. We are still young. We are fragile. Mako, pay attention to us. Pay attention to sensitive matters. Don't cover up issues. Don't cover up matters. Don't be silent. Don't be silent. No, Ado. No. Yo, Ado. Yo. Mako, métale conmigo. El cielo. Hello. Ẹtìgbọ́lédè Kàlàbà, ẹtìgbọ́lédè Ìdòmà, Ìgbò àtàwùsá náà ń bọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jẹ́ sáré bá yín sọ lédè Yorùbá. Ṣé ẹ rí mọ́mí àti dádì? Tẹ̀mà ní kí làwọn ẹgbẹ́ mi máa sọ? Wọ́n ní wọ́n fọwọ́ kan mọ́ mi. It does not matter. Tẹ́ ẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀, ẹlòmíì náà máa fi tiẹ̀ pamọ́. Ṣé mo yẹ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lábẹ́ aṣọ ni? Iná máa ń jẹ́ lómi lábẹ́ aṣọ tí ò lè sọ. Ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ jáde. Àwọn èèyàn wà tó máa jà fún yín. Tẹ́ ẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀, báwo lọ́wọ́ gbogbo náà ṣe fẹ́ dé agbára láti lè sọ̀rọ̀? Ẹ ní láti fọhùn. Gbogbo àwọn tó máa ní big mommy ni, big daddy wa ni, god daddy wa nìyẹn, god mommy wa nìyẹn. Irọ́ ni kò sí kankan tó ń bíìgì àti gọ́ọ̀dì. Ẹ jẹ́ rọra, ẹ má finú tó yọ̀ tán o. Ẹ máa ṣọ́ àwọn ọmọ yín. Ẹ jẹ́ káwọn ọmọ yín náà máa ṣọ́ra wọn. Ẹ máa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ pa ẹ̀. Ẹ má dákẹ́. Ẹ máa bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ pa ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ kó mọ̀ pé tí kankan bá ṣe wọ́n, àwọn èèyàn wà tó máa jà fún wọn. Ẹ má jẹ́ kẹ́rù bá wọn. Ẹ bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀. Ọmọra, ẹ gbọ́ tiwọn. Lọ́ba sọ.
Rape is against humanity. Rape is against freedom of act. We have to speak up. The work here today is to encourage each and every one of us to speak up against this ugly act. This act destroys people's lives. I know people who have committed suicide from going through violent sexual abuse. There are people who have their lives messed up completely because as a child they've been molested by family members, people that they know. Rape can happen, I mean, to someone from a stranger, from some people they know. You know, unfortunately, people who people share blood with. We have to speak up. It is our duty as a community, as individuals, to speak up against this. We have to put a stop to this. We need to stop this act. We must, we should, everyone of us need to stop this act. I hope that this work today will effect this change and everyone is encouraged to stand up and walk against rape.
For me,
Thank you.
I've heard some parts sometimes when you report the case to the police, there are some that are actually the police officers that really they are not welcoming and they are really harsh to the victim. And I think that's the major reason why a lot of people just keep quiet about it, majorly because of the fact that, okay, you are being raped by a known person and they're trying to cover his or dirty linen outside and all that. I just feel it's wrong. It's super wrong. If you're one of these the first people that we actually rely on for safety and we come running to you, or a lot of girls, I'm not gonna say for myself because I have never been raped, but I can imagine the trauma these people have, and at the end of the day will come to you for you to help out, and you don't have anything to say or do. Instead you become violent towards these people. How do you expect people to talk? You get? So I feel it's really wrong. It's super wrong. So and another thing, the government really needs to make it known, let people know that it is a crime when you touch a little girl. I saw a video on internet. I saw a video of a girl being molested on the internet and they took it off immediately, but that's trauma. I can imagine what that little child is going face. And I just feel it just needs to stop. The government needs to make a lot of awareness about these things. Whenever they get a story about a rapist, for me, Kirikiri prison straight or you shoot them.
No means no. Say no to rape. As I dey talk, now in one bros talk say, make woman no rape man. Make woman no rape man. Make woman no rape man. Where you dey when we dey talk say woman make you no rape man? You know they there. Now the people where they talk make woman no rape man. Not rape woman. We not trust anybody. Now only ourselves we trust. Make we look out for each other. If we talk say make woman no rape man, you say no rape woman. Miss no. Say no to rape. We not agree. You know they right. God don't like her. Human being don't like her. Animal self don't like her. No rape animal. Not by force. No rape human being. No rape woman. No rape girl. No rape boy. No rape anybody. Not by force. When you they take your time they do when we say rape now in they come your mind. Why you not do something else with your time? Something where go dey productive. Something where we say you go dey benefit people for the country. For we country where we dey inside so. Help you do something positive. Now by force make you dey touch everywhere. Some people na their work be that. They just wake up in the morning. We go speak for all the language, Abi. In case of those people when they agree understand. If you know hear English, you go hear Pidgin. If you know hear Pidgin, you go hear Yoruba. If you know hear Yoruba, you hear Hausa. If you know hear Hausa, you go hear Idoma. If you know hear Idoma, you go hear Igbo. Igbo they come for you. Igbo kwenu.
Igbo people no no ya. Ekele munu. Igbo kwenu. Biko nu ndị ọma nwaanyị ayọ ka anyị na-ayọ ihe a na-ekwuwu ihe gbasara repu. Gịnị bụ repu? Nwoke ịkpọrọ nwaanyị ebe nwaanyị na-ekwe egwu. Nwaanyị si na ọ naghị eme awụ by force. Awụ by fire by force. Ọsọ ọ naghị eme gị hapụ ya. Ọ maka ụmụaka ka esi na-ebe akwa ndị a niile. Ụmụ ruru ụmụaka nọ 5 years 6 years. Ma ụmụ nwoke ma ụmụ nwaanyị. Ihe ọwụla beg, make una do pity them. Make una see children.
But I have never ever been raped. But I imagine how it would be. I probably won't be able to, speak out or say anything or be able to, face myself. So, and I can't even say, but I have never ever been raped, and I just want the whole thing to, really stop. That's why I'm actually out here to, lend my voice and, encourage people to speak out. Speak out, please. Speak out.
I think rape is not something that people just imagine. Of course, we know in social media a lot of people get to talk about consent, and we've had a lot of issues where people are on two sides of the table. What is consent and what is not consent? But there are some people that actually didn't even have anything to do with consent. I was raped as a teenager. I had just visited a friend. I was about 15. I had visited one of my friends, and the other brother had forcefully raped me, of course, and I had cried home. And thank God I had a good support system, of course. I had my mom that did not say, why did you go there? You know, because a lot of people will say, if you had not gone there, you wouldn't have been raped. But again, there are also people that did not even go anywhere and they got raped in their house. And so I know what it means to have gone through rape. And it's not a very good thing, because this scar lives on. For years, I had to deal with having this fear of the opposite sex actually touching me. And it took a lot of help psychologically to be able to get over that place. And I have a lot of kids also that I run an NGO that take care of a lot of abuse, on rape and sexual abuse. And I get to have a lot of stories that I can't even go to bed at night. Rape is real, and it has nothing to do with whether you go to somewhere or you didn't go there. It has nothing to do with what you are wearing. It has little to do with, I've seen people that rape 2-year-olds and 3-year-olds and 8-year-olds, and people get raped because somebody raped them. Basically, it has nothing to do with what you do or what you don't do. And I think we need to say no to rape culture. We need to stop justifying how somebody deserves it. Why did she go to the guy's house when she knows she doesn't want to have sex? We need to stop trying to justify it, because every time we try to justify it, we sound very silly. We need to stop justifying rape. Rape is terrible, it is bad. If somebody is not saying that, don't say the yes is not, the no is not convincing. There's nothing like unconvincing no. No is no, and yes is yes. We need to respect people's boundaries. And when somebody says they don't want to have sex, believe them and walk away. And for parents also, I've seen a lot of parents that say, oh, you got raped because you were trying to seduce somebody. 8-year-olds don't seduce, 15-year-olds don't seduce. When your children get raped, seek for help for them and believe them. Believe them and give your children sex education. 2-year-old, tell them private is private. This is your vagina. This is your penis. Nobody is allowed to touch it. Protect it. Yes, you have to protect it. And if your children are not comfortable with somebody, maybe somebody is carrying them and they are not comfortable, ask them questions. I've seen a lot of cases. Believe me, this year we've handled almost 60 cases of ages 2 to 8 that have been abused and raped by people that they trusted. Keep your children, protect your children. Give them. I know Nigerians, we don't like to talk about sex, but we need to talk to our children about it so that we can know on time if somebody is abusing them sexually.
Da Allah ku bar su mu roke ku ba ma so ba dole ba sanunku albishirinku na gaishe ku to na gore kin dika kan dika you don't yaran so I say you don't.
If I could the PC come back from the village, he say Nkechi, come and see something inside the room. No gree oh. If I could Fatai say make you go bring the material wey dey shop, no go collect am oh.
We're going to the local government now. Please, we're chanting. The Lagos State government. Please, we are going to chant. Chant together. You have not come this far for you not to chant. Exactly. You came this far for this. So please chant. While your neighbor is chanting, encourage the next person to chant as we go in. Let them know it's a serious matter. It's not a joke. We're not here to dance. We're not here to play. Are we together? So we're going to chant now. She's going to lead us to the chant. No! Say no to rape! That is the crime! Say no to rape! No means no! Say no to rape! No means no! Say no to rape! No means no! Say no to rape! Say no to rape! No means no! Say no to rape! No voice is a bar! Say no to rape! No means no! Say no to rape! Say no to rape! No means
You will say, I'm married, how can I rape my wife? But when a woman says no, or a man says no, because rape is not gender sensitive. Rape is both ways. Boys have been raped, girls have been raped, men have been raped, women have been raped. When somebody says no, I am not interested at this time, please, no means no. Hold yourself. You paid a bride price, you did not pay for her life. You paid bride price, not for her life. So when she says, I am not in the mood, no, please stop. Please stop. There is rape in marriage also, please stop.
Sometimes it's not even the rape we're even talking about. It's not about being forced by an older person. I hope we know that even guys can be raped. So we shouldn't be making it look like, okay, it's just the ladies. It goes vice versa. Sometimes our husbands rape wives out of violence. As far as sex and whatever, it's not consented, it is rape for me. Once it becomes violent and all that. So, but I just want to encourage people, whenever you find yourself in such situation. I have had a family member that actually died during the process. So, and it's hurtful for me. I don't even know what to say, but it's painful. Please speak out. Speak out. There are NGOs. I think there are NGOs. There are people that are actually activists, people that really, really want to fight this. You can reach out to me. I don't mind. I can pick it up.
The purpose of this is to enlighten the people, the masses, everybody in government, the elites, the illiterate, everyone that needs to know that rape is a very serious offense. It is not gender sensitive. As a man, you don't rape a woman. As a woman, you don't rape a man. As a father, you don't rape your daughters. It is very sad that we live in an era where daughters are being violated by their fathers, where toddlers, they are 6 months, 2 years, a year old, they are being raped by uncles. A very large portion of them are raped by the people who they trust so much. Young boys are being violated by aunties. Pastors are raping people under the disguise of deliverance, anointing sessions, and all of you. Now we're saying enough is enough. And this is to let people know, especially victims, that you don't have a reason to keep quiet. Nobody will make you feel bad. Don't allow your parents tell you it is your fault. No, it is not your fault. Don't let anybody tell you that because you're looking good, because you're wearing short skirts, that's why that brother has a right or a reason to rape you. No is no. When a child, when a daughter, when a woman, when a man, when a boy says no, no is no. No is no. No is no.
On this scourge of raping and domestic violence, we also associate with you. We say no to it. Lagos State as a government has zero tolerance for this scourge, and that was why His Excellency Governor Akinwumi Ambode on Monday had a symbolic walk also here in Alausa to show his solidarity with that cause, and he has also proposed that 25 years jail term should be given to such people, and as such there should be a review of the domestic violence law in Lagos State. So we commend your efforts and we appreciate what you have done. We thank you for doing this, and we thank you and thank you again. Let me give the microphone to the Director of Domestic Violence, who will also like to talk to you about the scourge.
We thank you for supporting us to stop this type of thing in Lagos State, because it has caused a lot of death and psychological, physical, emotional disturbance. So we thank you for sensitizing the whole populace today on the evil of rape. So thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Michelle Inekete. I'm the Lagos coordinator for this Walk Against Rape. Me and my colleague Esther. We want to thank you for accepting us today. We want to also thank the Commissioner for also accepting us today and accepting Hello? Can you hear me? Yeah. The Commissioner for accepting us today as well. And on her behalf, since she's not here, we want to drop a letter of thanks and demands. To her as well.
So I will get back to her.
Yes, thank you so much, ma'am. And the copy also will be sent to the governor as well.
Okay, thank you for your visit. There's a program going on in the hall, in the Adeyemi Biro auditorium. That was where I came out from. So, and that's the reason why you will not be taken inside. So, we apologize for that, and we thank you for the exercise you have done.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for having us. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you to all our volunteers for coming. Thank you so much.
The Commissioner will get back to you once you receive
as well, and our media support. We want to thank you all, Goldmyne, Crack TV, Akada, we want to thank you all that came to join us today as well. We want to thank you.
The person should come to Block 18 in the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, where the case will be taken up. Well, I think so, but that is because they have not spoken out. It's as if only the ladies, the female, are speaking out. The male are not speaking out, and because of it, it's not a common thing. That is a difficult one for me.
Because most people are confused when it comes to consent. They say, okay, you said yes.
Usually there is no consent. When there's consent, you don't call it rape.
Can it be withdrawn during intercourse?
Yes, it can. If you think you are being violated or you are about to be violated, some people don't understand. Like, I was watching a program yesterday, and it was a case of I want job, and the person said, come to my office, and on getting there, it was a different story, and the lady withdrew. So I think there should be mutual agreement. Yes. I am Mrs. Margaret Akinade-Rubigbe, the Director, Administration and Human Resource in the Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, representing the Honorable Commissioner today, Honorable Dr. Mrs. Lola Akonde. You're welcome. God
bless you.
Okay. Hello, my name is Michelle Inegbese, Lagos Coordinator of Walk Against Rape for Ruby's Inc. We're here today to create awareness for the issue of rape going on in Nigeria, and to sensitize the public, on what's going on, and also talk to people to come out and speak and share their stories and not just hold it to themselves. And to also let them know that we're here and that we care, and that there are people who care and who will take up these cases and make sure that the perpetrators are arrested and justice is served. I know that in the past there have been issues where people who have been raped have gone to report their stories to the police, and then they've been turned back. We want to assure them that now that the Lagos State government is fully in support, that their cases will be taken up and they will not be turned back or turned down, and we'll make sure that they are heard and that they receive justice for their crime.
So my experience is that it might take a while to speak, but eventually you'll find the courage to come out and say, this is what I have been through and this is what you should do, and that nobody should ever go through it. And that's where the passion comes from, to say no to rape. I feel like I know, or to some good extent, by God's grace, this work will not be in vain, and now people are aware At least we heard people chanting. We now know how people feel about the situation. We know their mindsets to some extent. And I believe that from this work, from this awareness, people will have a better mindset about rape, and they will be willing to help other people going through the situation or that have gone through the situation, and they'll be willing to also speak up and say, you know what, we will not allow this to happen in our community, and fight against it. Hello, victim. You're not alone. Yes, you can speak up. Yes, you have to lend your voice. You have to be courageous. You need to find people who are like minds, people who understand, people who will help you to overcome the situation. You are not who you were. You are not your past. You have to forge for a better future. Don't say because you were raped and then be trapped in that self. No, you have to be willing to come out of that self. Be willing to speak up, and you'll be helping other people to be better people. Thank you.
We sure hope you enjoyed this video. For more entertaining video content such as behind the scenes of music videos and movies, music concerts, premieres, interviews, and exclusive gists, subscribe now to our YouTube channel Goldmynetv and be unleashed into a world of super excitement.